Hello everyone, welcome to Projects with Gaurang, and today we are going to start a new playlist which is machine learning course. So in this I'm going to teach you from the basic that why we need machine learning, what is the uses of machine learning to a level where you can now code the machine learning models like a support vector machine, logistic regression and so on. So what you need for this course? You need to have an attitude of learning and basic Python knowledge, like for loops, while loops. Only that amount of Python knowledge is sufficient. All the libraries we are going to use, I'm going to explain in this course, so don't worry about it. So now let's start our first video, which is Introduction to Machine Learning. Now, what exactly is machine learning? How to define it? What you can do is you can draw an analogy to the human brain. What happens in human brain? We have millions of neurons. What these neurons do, they take inputs and they generate some outputs depending on what inputs were given to those neurons. Here you can see I have added a photo of a neuron. So here we are giving some inputs and then getting some outputs. So in brain, what happens is that multiple neurons give output, the output is combined and the action is decided. For example, I'm talking, I'm moving my hands, so these are all actions that I gave some inputs or I received some inputs and then output came out. So for understanding this, let's take an example. Let's suppose you want to make a robot which can catch balls no matter how you throw it. Doesn't matter, you throw ball in a certain way and robot is always able to catch it. You want to make that robot. Now, there are two approaches. First is traditional approach and second is machine learning approach. What happens in traditional approach that you will give input, you will program that how that input is being processed and what output should the robot generate, or maybe the position where robot should be present to catch the ball. So why this approach will not be useful in this case? Because there can be multiple cases which you might miss. There can be cases where you throw ball a certain way and you might not able to see that okay, I can throw ball this way also. The robot is not giving output in that. So what will happen is that you will have multiple inputs, multiple in outputs, and you will not be able to generate a program or a code. That happens because we have very complex problem. Now, what happens in machine learning approach? In machine learning approach, we say, okay, we are not going to write this program or code. We are going to give inputs and outputs. Obviously, not all inputs, not all outputs, but a good chunk of inputs and output positions were recorded from our observations by throwing the ball in a certain way over and over again, so that we have some inputs and then some outputs. What we will do, we will give it to a computer. It will look, okay, I have input, I have output, so I have to draw some mapping function. It will internally generate a mapping function which is also the program. Then this program is given new input for which the output is not known or unknown. Then the output is generated. Now what happens? This output may be correct, may not be correct. If it is not correct, so the this is recorded and machine learns again that okay, I was wrong, I have to learn again. So the model is getting better and better, the program code is getting better and better as the time passes. The more it is used, the more it gets better. So there will be a time when it will miss. Never, it will always catch the ball. So that's one of the best advantages. So now we will move on to machine learning definition. Now, Arthur Samuel, who actually gave this term, states that it is a science of getting the computers to act without being explicitly programmed. Like, we don't want to explicitly program the computer, but still we want computer to work. Same with Wikipedia. Wikipedia also defines it in a same way. So, what explicit programming is? See, let me show you. In traditional approach, what you were doing, we were coding this program slash code part also. Input we were getting, output we had. We were cracking this code that what should be the code so that the input can be transformed into output. Now in machine learning, what we are doing, we are not taking care of this. This is a computer generated code. We are not giving anything. So that's how the explicit programming is reduced here. We are not explicitly programming. Now, what is the need? Here you see that we have a robot that catches balls. You can't get every case. There is no way you get every case and put in traditional modeling. So, due to the complex nature of problems, we are unable to explicitly program. For example, let's take a famous example of self-driving car. We all know. Now, in self-driving car, there will be multiple scenarios, thousands of scenarios actually, which you might not able to guess. That has to be learned by machine automatically. You will not be able to code it, and it doesn't make sense that you code every single scenario in a way that it generates some output, because that is a waste of time. So machine learning can do it fastly and even more efficiently, and the answer will be more accurate than your coding in many cases. Now we move on to some real world applications. So one of the best examples is email not spam. Like we all receive emails. So whether it is a spam email, not spam email, so it is already segregated that if it is a spam email, it will go in spam folder. It is a non-spam email, it will be in the inbox. So facial recognition, like it is used by police to detect that okay, this person was there, to recognize criminals. Price prediction, one of the best you can say uses. Like there are certain factors on which a price of certain thing, like for example a house price is dependent on its size, place where it is, connectivity, etc. And we can predict the price. Handwriting recognition, so if someone is written, like we all write different, in different way, we all have different handwriting, so how to transform that into like something of a computer generated and computer handwriting so that everybody can read. That is also a very good example, and there are many more applications. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, do like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any doubts, do comment in the comment section. I will be very happy to solve your doubts.